Hey everybody, so before this video starts, I do just want to say this is a very old video that I thought I had lost forever and I've only recently found. So if you don't care about any of the context of that, you can skip to the timestamp that is on the screen right now. So basically what happened with this video and why it's taking so long to upload, this was not only a video for the channel, but it was my final project for my documentary writing class that I was taking around this time last year. It was around April to May 2024 that I was working on this video. And at this time, I had an SSD flash drive that had quite a bit of storage. It was extremely fast. And so I had this video and all of its files and everything on that flash drive. I had not only a cut for school, but a cut for YouTube that had, the traditional intro and outro and everything. But sadly, the YouTube cut is not what you're going to be seeing today. The YouTube cut is lost media. Why is that, you may ask? Because after I submitted it, I lost this flash drive and I paid probably close to $100 for it. And I've been searching for a long time, like through my laptop and through my other devices and everything, and I don't have the files for it. So one day I just decided to email my professor and ask him if he had it, and he within like 5 minutes sent me the file. So shout out that professor. I'm not going to name names because privacy and everything, but thank you. Your contribution to the channel is greatly appreciated. But yeah, that's pretty much all the lore, all the context behind this video. So I will now shut up and let April 2024 me take over from here. Kaiju films are an essential cornerstone of the film industry. These films are known for bringing creatures of epic scale and proportion to life, and has amassed a large fan base dedicated to the genre as a whole since its inception almost 100 years ago at this point with the original King Kong film in 1933. Though the term wouldn't be commonly used to describe the genre until the debut of probably the most iconic kaiju of all time, Godzilla, the King of the Monsters, with the original 1954 film. Naturally, lesser-known kaiju soon followed with the success of these films, with characters such as Gamera being created as competition for Toho's Godzilla series. Yet, what if I told you there was a North Korean propaganda kaiju film, heavily inspired by Godzilla and being created at the demand of Kim Jong-il? Yes, I'm being serious. This is the story of arguably the most controversial film in the entirety of the kaiju genre, PULGASARI. PULGASARI's production is an odd tale. The film was a sort of remake of the lost 1962 Korean kaiju film Bulgasari. Similarly to PULGASARI, the creature was heavily influenced by the likes of Godzilla and was inspired by a creature from ancient Korean mythology. Just like in the film, the PULGASARI is described as a bloodthirsty beast that grew in size the more metal that it consumed. North Korea's supreme leader at the time, Kim Jong-il, turned out to be a very huge movie buff, and specifically was a huge Godzilla fan. Wanting to make his own kaiju film as well as just other propaganda films for the Korean government, he kidnapped prolific South Korean director Shin Sang-ok and his wife Choi Eun-hee, a popular actress of the same country. The couple were forced to make 7 films for Kim Jong-il before their eventual escape out of North Korea, PULGASARI being their final work. While Kim Jong-il hated the Japanese, he knew that they were the masters of kaiju cinema and decided to enlist their help with the production of PULGASARI. Toho's staff was tricked into helping participate with the production of PULGASARI as the supreme leader led them to believe that the movie was being filmed in China. This is why PULGASARI's special effects are on par with that of Godzilla films at the time. PULGASARI was portrayed by legendary suit actor Kenpachiro Satsuma, rest in peace GOAT, who had previously not only brought Godzilla, but some of his antagonists such as Hedorah and Gigan to life on film. He did not know that he was involved in a North Korean production until after the movie had premiered in North Korea and word had begun to spread. Following Shin and his wife Choi's escape from North Korea, their credits were scrubbed from the film entirely. After its debut in North Korea, the film would not see the light of day anywhere else outside of the country until 1998, when it debuted in Japanese theaters. Now the film is available to watch on YouTube as it is considered part of the public domain. In case you haven't seen PULGASARI, which is highly unlikely, here's a brief recap of the film. Taking place in feudal Korea, an old blacksmith is sentenced to prison for trying to protect the people of his village, which is being controlled by a corrupt governor. In prison, the man creates a figurine out of rice, yes, I'm serious, to protect his oppressed people before dying. The blacksmith's daughter eventually gets a hold of this rice figurine and, after pricking her finger, a drop of blood falls onto it, giving life to it. This is how our titular monster, Pulgasari, is created, and due to the nature of Pulgasari's creation, he and the blacksmith's daughter have a sort of bond, very similar to how the Mothra twins are especially bonded to Mothra in the Godzilla franchise. The creature begins to feast upon any form of iron that it can possibly get its hands on, munching on some of the farming tools of the village. Pulgasari continues to eat until he becomes a large, powerful kaiju, looking like the 1984 Godzilla suit mixed with an ox with metal armor plating on his skin. The people of the village decide that they've had enough with the governor's rule and decide to rebel against him. And with the help of Pulgasari, the rebellion is pretty much near unstoppable, as the beast's hunger for metal just drives him to be an absolute force to be reckoned with in these battles, easily overpowering anyone that is thrown his way. However, the governor captures the leader of the rebellion, which turns out to be the future to-be husband of the blacksmith's daughter. He decides to execute him as to send a message to anyone that dares go against him. He threatens to do the same to the blacksmith's daughter unless Pulgasari is to surrender. Pulgasari then allows himself to be captured by the governor and his army in order to protect the blacksmith's daughter, as they attempt to kill the beast by burying him under a pile of rubble. Very effective. After being imprisoned, the blacksmith's daughter escapes and then revives Pulgasari once again with a drop of her blood, allowing the beast to emerge from the depths and destroy the palace and kill the governor by stomping him to death. Sadly, Pulgasari's nature creates a new problem. His hunger is now turned on the very people he once swore to protect, oppressing the very same people he was supposed to free. The blacksmith's daughter then sacrifices herself by hiding inside of a giant iron bell, which Pulgasari eventually consumes before he turns into stone and falls apart, killing him and the blacksmith's daughter. Though this does wind up saving the village, this ends tragically for both Pulgasari and the woman who brought him to life. And yeah, that's how the movie ends. Kind of a bummer. As a huge kaiju fan myself, not just of Godzilla, but of other films such as Pacific Rim, King Kong, Gamera, etc., I had to check Pulgasari out, especially considering the whole film is available for free on YouTube now. Knowing the history of the film's creation though, going in I was very wary of the film altogether. Yet after actually watching the film, I will say this: if you're someone who is able to set aside the fact that the film was very much a North Korean propaganda piece, a separate the art from the artist kind of mentality, and just go in expecting a fun monster movie, then I feel like you will at the very least find some enjoyment with Pulgasari. The film is so beyond silly and cheesy that I can't help but enjoy it. It is far from being the best kaiju film of all time by any means, and is a bit of a tough pill to swallow when you think of how it was made and the purpose of the movie itself, but I absolutely do see the appeal, and I see why that it has a cult following since it's become public domain. While the creation of this kaiju may be a very problematic one at its core, Pulgasari has gained a cult-like fan base since its initial release, definitely due to the insane story of how it was created. And before his passing, Satsuma was quoted as saying that he preferred Pulgasari to the American Godzilla film that TriStar produced, which at the time was extremely hated considering the way it portrayed Godzilla. Since then, that film has gained a cult following of its own, but that's a story for another day. And Pulgasari's popularity amongst the kaiju fandom continues to this day, as independent toy manufacturer Titanic Creations has officially gained the license for the kaiju, and will be releasing a very highly detailed, highly articulated rendition of the kaiju in figure form, very much akin to Bandai's SH Monster Arts line, which produces similar figures for the Godzilla and Gamera franchises. No further details on the figure are available at the moment, yet is presumed to release sometime in early 2025, as at the moment they're building up hype for their next release, a figure of the South Korean kaiju Yongari Monster of the Deep. Despite his troublesome roots in North Korea, Pulgasari continues to be a beloved figure in the kaiju community to this day. With the current resurgence we're seeing in the kaiju genre over the past decade up to today, considering the success of Godzilla -1, Godzilla Kong the New Empire, Kaiju number 8, and many other projects, many have questioned if one day a studio will come along and bring us a modern take on this problematic monster. Will that ever actually happen? Only time will tell. And with that, that wraps up my little mini doc on Pulgasari I did for my final project that helped me pass my documentary class. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the video, what you thought of the film Pulgasari. If you have seen it, it's literally available on YouTube. If you enjoy old kaiju movies, go check it out and let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you want to see more kaiju content and just nerd content in general, because kaiju isn't the only thing I cover. I know majority of my videos are Godzilla, but I try and cover some other stuff, and we're hopefully expanding in the future. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, TikTok to be more regular up to date to when I upload. Also, speaking of uploads, you know, I've said this in the last like 2 or 3 videos, and hopefully I don't got to say it again after this video, but you know, I genuinely feel bad about it, so I keep bringing it up. I am sorry for not uploading as consistently as I used to. I know that Godzilla Fortnite video that I've been working on is in development hell, and the Fortnite season that was about Godzilla, it's ended. It's already over. So it's going to be coming out late. I'm hoping my channel's anniversary is this coming Saturday, so I'm hoping I can get it out that day. But other than that, you know what, it'll come out when it comes out. You know, I'll be straight up with you. You know, I'm a media production student at the college that I go to, so I'm doing a lot of photo, video, audio projects for my classwork and stuff. There's sometimes that, you know, that has crossover with my personal projects, like this video right here, this class project. And there's like a song or two that I've released. I don't remember which ones, but there's been a song or two I've released that I've used as background music in some of my video projects for my other classes. But that crossover is not like there's not a lot of crossover between the projects that I work on for school and my own personal projects. So I'll come home on the weekends, and after doing a week's worth of editing for my classes and stuff, and I'll look at my editing softwares, man, and I'll be like, I'm not touching those this weekend. I'm just not. But I also will be completely upfront and honest with you. There are times that I come home fully intending to, you know, get a big video project out of the way, or, you know, a big song that I want to get done out of the way. And my friends will just be like, yo, hop on the game, man. Hop on the game. Let's play some Rivals. Let's play some Fortnite, whatever we're playing at the time. And I'll fold immediately, and I'll just completely forget about whatever I was wanting to work on. You know, now that I say that, I kind of realize that that's probably the reason why I feel bad, is because I feel guilty about those weekends that I just play games with the gang. But hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, we need some time to decompress, some time to, you know, just enjoy ourselves. I can't be too mad at myself about that. It's better that I, you know, do that, you know, actually take my time and make a good video than, you know, just bang them out, rush them out soullessly and whatnot. You know, I guess it's not the end of the world, but, you know, like I said, I do want to be more consistent. So hopefully, like I said, I can allow my actions to speak louder than words, and, you know, we can improve on this in the near future. We'll see. Yeah, sorry for that big Yap Sesh. The video is pretty much over, so, you know, thank y'all for watching as always. If you made it this far into the video, you know, I appreciate that. Comment, you know, Pulgasari sweep or something in the comments if you made it this far. I appreciate you all as always, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.